Namaste. Today we will learn about pranayama. The two standard instructions remain. All breathing exercises are to be done on empty stomach. That is number one. And number two, all breathing exercises have three components. First component is posture. Second component is the exercise itself, and third component is relaxation. All three are important. So these two are the main features of any breathing exercise. Pranayama involves inhalation, retention and exhalation. How to inhale and how to exhale, I have separate videos on both these techniques. You can refer to those on YouTube. Coming to pranayama, first select a place in your house. The place should be near an open door or a window so that you have access to fresh air. Do not do breathing exercises in air-conditioned room because the air is recirculated. You need access to fresh oxygen, so always do it near an open door or a window. Fix the place so that you don't change it often. Fix the time for pranayama. Recommended times for pranayama are 4 times a day. Before breakfast, before lunch, before your afternoon chai nashta, and before dinner. 3 postures are available in pranayama. You can stand and do pranayama. You can sit on a chair and do pranayama, chair or a stool. And you can sit on the floor, cross-legged position, and do pranayama. So 3 postures are available. When I do the demo, I will show you all the 3 postures. If you are sitting on a chair, then the seat is important. The seat should be flat and hard. The height of the stool should be such that your legs are perpendicular to the floor and your thighs are parallel to the floor. If the stool is too short, your legs will tuck inwards or stretch outwards. If the seat is too tall, your legs will dangle. So that's not a good idea. Your feet should be firmly planted on the floor, your legs should be perpendicular, thighs should be parallel. So that's a good height of the seat. The direction, always do all breathing exercises either facing the north or the east. Never do breathing exercises facing the west or the south. Now the important part in pranayama is throat widening. What is throat widening? Your nose contains a bone which cannot expand. Your throat contains muscles which can expand. There is a separate video on this technique of inhalation with throat widening and exhalation with throat widening. I will refer you to that video. Now you come to retention capacity. Every one of us can hold our breath for some time. How much can each one of us hold our breath varies from individual to individual and his or her lung capacity. How to measure that retention capacity? Very simple. You take a deep breath with widened throat. Hold your breath and mentally count 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on and so forth. So normally in the class, I do the counting aloud and ask the members whenever they feel like exhaling, they should remember at what count they exhaled. So here is a table which shows you the retention in this column in blue, and somebody has a retention of 37 counts, 50 counts, 72 counts, 17 counts, 45 counts, 55 counts, 83 counts. Sample from the participants. Having got different counts as low as 17 and as high as 83, what do you do next? You check whether these counts are divisible by 4. If not, reduce the count to the nearest number divisible by 4. Therefore, 37 becomes 36, 50 becomes 48, 72 is already divisible by 4, so it remains 72. 17 becomes 16, 45 becomes 44, 55 becomes 52, 83 becomes 80. Bring it down to the nearest one, don't take it up. The rule is bring down your retention count to the nearest number divisible by 4. So now you have a new column, modified retention, 36, 48, 72, 16, 44, 52, 80. The rule for inhalation is R divided by 4. So 36 divided by 4, 9, 48 divided by 4, 12. So you have 9, 12, 18, 4, 11, 13, 20 as the respective counts for inhalation. So if you are a candidate whose retention is 36, then your inhalation should happen in a mental count of 9. And the rule for exhalation is R divided by 2. So if you are a candidate with retention of 36, then your inhalation is 36 divided by 4, 9, and your exhalation is 36 divided by 2, 18. So your ratio is 1:4:2, 9, 36, 18. For the next chap, it is 12, 48, 24, 18, 72, 36, 4, 16, 8, 11, 44, 22, 13, 52, 26, 20, 80, 40. This will give you the ratio of inhalation, exhalation, retention, or inhalation, retention, exhalation. Counts may vary, ratio should never vary. Now sometimes you will discover that you can hold the breath for 52 counts, but you cannot exhale in 26. Your exhalation gets over much before 26. Let's say 20. If your exhalation is getting over at 20, then you modify your retention and your inhalation according to 20. So if 20 is your exhalation, then your retention would be 40 multiplied by 2, and your inhalation would be 10. So your pranayam would be 10, 40, 20. So whenever you perform pranayam, this is the ratio you will remember for inhalation, retention and exhalation. Then comes how to do pranayam. Pranayam is usually done through alternative nostrils. So I use my right hand, I use my thumb and I use my ring finger. Other fingers don't come into use. So this is how I am going to hold my nose. So I will close my right nostril with my right thumb and I will exhale vigorously through the mouth, as has been explained in my video on exhalation, to empty out the lungs. Then I will inhale with widened throat, count, let us say 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 I mentally count. I hold the breath. Mentally I count 16. After I finish the count of 16, I release the right nostril by lifting the thumb and exhale through the right nostril with widened throat, mentally counting 8. After I finish exhaling, I inhale through the right nostril, counting 4, holding the breath, counting 16, release the ring finger, release the left nostril, exhale through the left nostril with widened throat, counting 8. This is one pranayam. Inhalation through left nostril, retention of breath, exhalation through right nostril, inhalation through right nostril, retention of breath, exhalation through left nostril is one pranayam. So one pranayam has 6 steps: inhalation, retention, exhalation, inhalation, retention, exhalation. 6 steps constitute one pranayam. For every sitting, you do 2 pranayams. So before breakfast, you do 2 pranayams. Before lunch, you do 2 pranayams. Before afternoon tea and snacks, do 2 pranayams. And before dinner, do 2 pranayams. These are the instructions for pranayam. I'll do a separate video on the demonstration of pranayam. Thanks for watching.